Come here. Get off.
Today we're talking to Khadijah, pronouns she and her. Khadijah is a 25-year-old mom, entrepreneur, self-proclaimed it girl, and sugar baby. Khadijah, thanks so much for joining us today.
You're so welcome. Happy to be here.
Well, I am glad that you joined us. So, Khadijah, um,
hmm
we last week's book that we read was about a young woman that decided to start sugaring when she ran into some tight times at work.
Okay.
So, how did you get into sugaring?
So, sugaring found me actually. So, at the time, I'm a sophomore in college. And you know what? This really planted the seed for me. This dude was like, "You are pretty enough to get your rent paid." That kind of started that for me. And he's like, "You know what? Maybe
You
I
like,
am."
I am.
Yeah.
Not maybe,
So
I
then
am.
fast forward a few months, I meet this guy. Well, so he's actually my friend's godfather. And so we're all in college at the time, and he has this huge house. Like, okay, so he's very well off. This was my first sugar daddy, so I met him through my friend. And he would just be all over me, like, I really want to take you out, all this stuff, I'll pay you. And mind you, this is my first, you know, like really first interaction with this. And so one day I'm just like, you know what, let's go out. Like, we already hang out for free because, we be all in his house. We're all, living in the dorm and stuff. So, and that's that's pretty much how it started. I let my friend's godfather take me out, and I've always kind of been into older guys. So this man, he was in his 40s, and so like that wasn't a issue for me. So yeah, not anything too exciting, but
Girl, it's
that's
exciting.
how it
It's
started.
more exciting than some of our lives. So,
I would say because with it, people don't believe me when I say like men give me money. I know it's like the trend and all, like the city girls and all that, but people don't believe me. And then men that I'm not especially interested in, I'll go ahead and tell them like I use men for their money, and they be laughing and stuff, but I'm serious.
You like, but no,
Yeah,
really though.
really though, like where's the check? Yeah, so that's my life.
Word. What do you like best about that word?
What do I like best about? I'm sorry.
Sugaring.
Sugaring. Well, so I'm a people person anyway. So I like just meeting new people. I like just the experiences and education that sugaring has afforded me. So most of the men that I speak to, they are older. They have a lot of life experience. They're successful in their businesses. They're just in places that I want to be. So I've just learned a lot as far as investing, my
Hmm.
own businesses, things like that. So really, I would say my self improvement through sugaring is my favorite.
what do you like least about it?
What do I what?
Like, what do you like least about sugaring?
Like least. Sometimes they're annoying, but I think it's just men anyway, like
Yeah, if you
relationships
have a
anyway.
penis.
Sometimes you just don't want to be bothered, just honestly. About a few months ago I had multiple sugar daddies, and I was feeling like I'm kind of over, like, because it is still a relationship, and I was just
hmm
not feeling relationship-ish.
Mm.
So I actually just I ghosted one of my sugar daddies, and the other one we just separated amicably. Like, he still actually hits me up, asking how I'm doing and stuff, but we're just not in that relationship anymore. So right now I just have one. So I would say the thing I like least is just sometimes you just don't want to be a girlfriend right then. Yeah. So.
That's real. And it actually leads to the next question that we have. So, we asked you to
Mhm.
come on because last week we read a book called My Billionaire Benefactor. And it follows this woman, Imani, when she starts sugaring. And she really quickly, like her second date, meets this man who her homegirl calls her whale. Like the man who's going to take her out the game and make her his woman and all of
What
this.
is the name of this book, guys?
It's called
I
My
think I should read it.
Billionaire Benefactor.
My Billionaire Benefactor. Okay.
Mhm.
And it's a
Thank
part of
you.
a series. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. But so she meets the whale, as her chick calls her, and he's supposed to like take her out of game. Is that a thing?
He wants to what?
He
Is
wants
what
to
a
like
thing?
get her out the game and take care of her and pay her bills. And her homegirl is like, that's the holy grail. That's what everybody's looking for. But you just
Yeah.
said like you get tired of pretending to be somebody's girlfriend. Like, is that a thing though? Is that something that people are really aspired that you know who are sugaring, who are really aspiring to?
I would say yes, because you know what? I would love, that to happen to me right now. Like
Hey.
let me quit my job. Let me, chill out a little bit. So, and I do hear of girls like, especially my stripper friends, they'll be like, he's just like, he wants to save me. He says he's gonna save me. And a lot of them do. Like, it's men out here taking care of women and their families. Like, this one girl, her sugar daddy bought her mom a new car. Like, so that's
Yes.
definitely, yeah, like that's what I'm working on right now. But I would say also, so is that true? And do you get tired of the life? What I've started, so in college, I was a little more, I didn't care,
Yeah.
But now my sugar daddies, I make sure I like them. So it's not an act all the time. I make sure now, I make sure it's someone that I really enjoy spending time with and talking to and things like that. So that does make it better because before, yeah, I was just entertaining like older men. They really do just want like certain type of company, and then especially if they're in a certain class, they just really do want a certain type of company. They want you know. So, but I was being whatever company that they wanted. I'm studying you. I hear you. I'm understanding what you like, and I was just being that. Whereas now I'm more just being myself.
Hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
One of the things that we reiterate a lot on this show is the older you get, the less fucks you give. And you just explain that. You're like, I gave lots of fucks when I was younger. Now that I'm a little older, I have less fucks to give. So you're going to get
I think,
what I give.
yeah, I think, yeah, you're right. Like I used to care, like, oh, what if he think about me? I don't want him to like stop liking me now. If you're over me, peace out.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
And I wish
so
that I was your age and had that. So that's dope. So
thank you.
we opened up our last episode kind of explaining that, there's so many forms of sex work, not just, people think of sex work and they think of like stripping or
Yeah.
escorting. And
And you know
so
what? Before this year, I never thought of sugaring as sex work, but
here
kind of
we are.
is. Kind of is. Yeah.
So have you
Yeah.
done anything else, or are you comfortable sharing? Have you done any other forms?
Okay, so I mostly am a sugar baby. I do I don't know. I wouldn't consider bottle girl sex work, but I do strip. Like
Mm-hmm.
I have experience stripping. I'm getting into like the phone sex operating. Actually, after we get off, I'm gonna probably go on live for the first time tonight. But
Good
besides
luck.
that, no. Yes, thanks guys. But besides that, no, not really. And like I said, I didn't even think of sugaring as sex work before this year. And I think a part of that is I also was not having sex with my sugar daddies in college.
Mm-hmm.
But now I am more open to that. So
Okay.
yeah.
So it makes me wonder, kind of like a culmination of the question of what we've just talked about. Like, how does sugaring impact your intimate relationships and like vice versa? Like how do your intimate relationships impact the way that you sugar and what you're interested in doing and what falls within the lines of how you view your work. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So again, my sugar daddies are relationships. So in the past, if I've actually met someone that I really like, I will, just like in regular relationships, you meet someone, you might put most of your attention on that person or whatever. But also now, from when I started sugaring, I'm more goal oriented, where it was really just about having fun, just being able to do all these fun things, but not have a daughter who I'm taking care of and stuff. So again, so my sugar daddies are always people now that I would be in a regular relationship with them. Like it wouldn't have to just be about money. But I'm also becoming hypergamous anyway. So even my romantic, I wouldn't say my sugar daddies aren't romantic, but my, I guess, traditional relationships, I expect them to be of a certain standard now too. So really, the line is blurring as I'm getting older. Yeah,
Cool.
as far.
That's real.
Yeah.
In the story we read, Amani's best friend Farah got into the game and got assaulted on their first date. So, what precautions do you think people should take to protect themselves if they want to get into this kind of thing?
Yeah. So ultimately, I don't look at sugaring again. It's a relationship. So just like with a boyfriend or potential date, potential boyfriend, it's all the same for me. Like we're gonna go somewhere public until I'm comfortable with you, being alone with you. I don't take any precautions because we're gonna be in public. If I'm feeling iffy about it, I'm gonna just leave out. And my first date, I'm gonna meet you there. I don't want you to pick me up. I just don't think it's any reason for us to, especially when we're still getting to know each other.
No, that makes total sense. And
yeah,
I mean, when like Erica and I date, we're best friends, and it's like we turn on our location when we go places so that, somebody always knows where we are, and always send like, this is this nigga's number and his face and his full name. Like, yeah, it's just a matter of being smart because you're going to be around people who you don't know that well. That makes total sense to me. Cool.
Yep.
So, over the weekend, you probably saw it. I feel like it was all over Twitter. A stripper slipped from the pole and fell like almost 2 stories. Yeah, and she broke her jaw, and it was bad. But one of the things that was interesting.
So when I saw the video, when she hit the ground, didn't she start twerking
She
again?
did.
I was
She
like,
kept
dang, is she
dancing.
all right? Like, 'cause this is news to me that she broke something. I was like, she got to be hurting, but it's news to me that she broke something.
Yeah, no, she was like super duper hurt, and she had a GoFundMe to raise money because the strip club said that it was not their fault and that they were not taking any responsibility to pay for any of her medical bills. And so it was interesting because it really sparked this conversation about like labor rights and who we offer to protect. Like, who do we value and who do we take care of? And I'm wondering if there are things that you can think of that we can all do to be supportive of rights for sex workers. Like in the past, we've talked about how, there are online restrictions that keep people from being able to advertise their services and connect with people. Are there any things that you can think of that everyone who cares could be advocating for in order to be supportive of folks?
Well, so issue is sex work is illegal in places. So I think that would be something that would have to be conquered before we can talk about healthcare or other rights and things for sex workers. But kind of apart from sex workers is strippers are considered independent contractors, and there's independent contractors in all industries. And they don't have health insurance or
That's me.
liability. Yeah, I'm not saying that it's fair. I'm a independent contractor apart from having dance. So when I'm doing that, I have to pay for my health insurance. That's just something that I do. I think that in the climate we're in right now, we have to think about ourselves, put ourselves first. So health insurance, make that a priority. As far as advocating for sex workers, we need to get it legalized.
Yeah.
We get legalized. That's where the rights come from. All that, because I think in her issue, it's just like with any other job. And strip club don't offer workers comp. A lot of jobs don't offer, you know. So it's just things that we just have to think about. I can't imagine being in that kind of situation,
Yeah.
honestly. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not a pole worker. I'm not. I don't know the tricks. I don't try. Just being closer to the ground, I feel like I'm gonna hurt myself. So, goodness. Really, all we can do is just support ourselves as women. I'm so happy. Like, I've seen the controversy about people sending her funds, but people make GoFundMes for absolutely everything. And that's
Everything.
especially something she should have made a GoFundMe for. Like,
Right.
you're hurt,
You need
people
help.
support you and want to help you, let them. I don't understand the issue, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's much I have to say all on that. It's not black or white by any means,
Yeah.
but I'll just say to all my ladies, protect yourself first. Just in any industry, like they don't care about us. I'm in corporate, and I feel like I've just experienced pregnancy discrimination, but it's not much I can do. I live at will state as well, so they could fire me for anything and be okay. And it's cool. It's not something that I could take to court. So it's a lot of stuff that we sign up for as people, as women. We just need to be aware, combat that as best we can, as well as be advocates for our fellow people and people that we connect with. Honestly, I feel like that's just the best we can do right now.
Yep. So
Yeah.
are there any myths about sex work that you want to dispel?
Myth about sex work.
Or maybe you don't do every type of sex work, so I don't want to make it so general. But like, just about you say you have experience dancing as well as experience being a sugar baby. So are there any myths about being a sugar baby or a dancer that you want to dispel?
I would say the myths. Okay, well, I mean, we're considered hoes, whores, sluts. None of that. We're all just regular people. Some a little more sexually active than others. Some not. Like, it's so many strippers that just dance. It's some strippers that will go do beyond that, but it's very individual. So really, I would say just people should stop the generalizations because it's false. Like, you can't generalize them. Just like one person can be a million different things. These women are. So but then again, I don't care about getting judged. I mean, honestly, call me a hoe, slut, whore. My bank account is full. And that's all that matters to me.
This good whore bank account.
Yes, it feeds my daughter, so I don't care. And I don't think anyone else should either. And I think once we stop caring and responding and all that, like, what can you say to someone that's ignoring you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what resources would you recommend for someone who's interested in sugaring?
Okay. So it's this book that I was just put onto this year. I think it's a great place to start. I found myself like I did a lot of these things organically, but I've also, like, from speaking with who aren't really in the life and stuff, that it's not just natural to think those certain ways, or I don't want to say manipulate people because I'm really not. I don't, people tell me no, I'm like, okay, cool, until someone's going to tell me yes, so I would say read Hoe Tactics. That's the name of the book. I think it'll stop a lot of like time wasting because this was very trial and error. I'm still trial and erroring, but I have like found, stuff that works, that just works. But I would say it's a lot of books out there to read. I would research hypergamy. A lot of women first have to be okay with accepting and receiving. I think that's a lot of people's problems and reasons they aren't getting what they want is because they don't know how to accept it. So I would start at looking into hypergamy, and then I would read the book Hoe Tactics and not judge hoes because hoes can mean a whole lot of things.
Yes. So Whole
Yeah.
Tactics is by G.L. Lambert, right?
Yep. It's
Okay.
by a man. It's how beautiful is that?
Right. And hypergamy basically means like the practice of marrying a spouse that's of a higher social class, basically. Like
Yep,
marrying up,
pretty
quote
much.
unquote.
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
Dope. Okay. That's what's up. So, I'm so glad that you were able to join us today. Is there a way for folks who want to learn more about you or connect with you online that you want to share, your socials or anything like that?
So I am Adijah on all of my socials. AYEDIJAH. So those just my regular socials, like not attached to anything. I'm pretty much on hiatus from like my businesses and stuff right now, but you can always inquire, especially if you want to ask me about sugaring, you want to know about anything of that sort. I really am an open person. I'm really a woman's woman. Like I love supporting my girls, love supporting my sisters. So my women out there, always feel free to reach out. Yes, ma'am.
That's what's up. Well, thank you so much for joining us this week. And thanks to everybody for listening. Bye.
Bye.
This episode was produced by us, Erica and Kenrya, and edited by Ballistic. The theme song is from Brazy. We want to hear from y'all. Send your book recommendations and all the burning sex and related questions you want us to answer to theturnonpodcast@gmail.com. And please subscribe to the show on your favorite podcast app. Follow us on Twitter @theturnonpod and Instagram @theturnonpodcast, and find links to our books, transcripts, guest info, and other fun stuff at theturnonpodcast.com. And remember, The Turn On is now a part of the Frolic Podcast Network. You can find more shows you'll love at frolic.media/podcast. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you soon. Holla!